Yeah. It's just a lot of caves. The floor is just so uneven. Having a little tripod like this doesn't really help that much. This one is actually kind of an easy cave. Honestly, with a map, yeah, I don't think an experienced caver could really get lost in here. But yeah, there are some caves, they're so three-dimensional, a two-dimensional map doesn't do them justice, or the map is incomplete. So you lose track of what you're really finding. So sometimes having a map could be more difficult than not because the map isn't really complete or good enough. Of course, the other thing too, it's not really that practical to keep looking at a map continuously while going through a cave. You have to watch the floor, the ceiling, and everything. It's like driving while using a GPS. It's not really, you really should keep your eyes on the road if possible. But anyway, so in the good old days, people would pull over, look at a paper map. But a lot of roads, like freeways, you're not allowed to pull over. Oops, actually bumped the ceiling with my back, trying to stand up too soon. Hopefully the ceiling's okay. Yeah, anyway, no, I didn't hit it very hard. But yeah, situational awareness is absolutely critical everywhere, but especially in a cave. The good news is there isn't really any wildlife. Like this time of year, the rattlesnake caves, the rattlesnake eggs have not hatched yet. So there's no rattlesnakes. I don't know if the bears are hibernating. From what I heard, the bears will hibernate if they don't have any food. As long as they have food, they won't hibernate. I saw some paw prints at the entrance today, so I couldn't tell you if they're a big cat, like a bobcat, or if they're like a small bear. Bigger animals like that, they don't travel in herds. So it is just one set. I wonder this time of year if, the babies are still with the parents. Like a lot of animals, predators especially, once the babies grow up, they go out and find their own territory, as opposed to like prey, like elk or deer, where they spend their whole lives in a herd. It's interesting. Humans, being omnivores, we're kind of in between. We have big societies, which is kind of equivalent to a herd. We have our extended family, so we have extended family reunions, but it's also culture and so on. But mostly, we don't really live by ourselves. We live nuclear family, 2 adults and a few kids. So that's kind of analogous to other predators, except humans take forever to develop. We don't consider ourselves adults. Most countries are about 18 years old. Most animals, they mature in 2 years. If you take biology, they'll tell you how the more advanced the life form, the longer it takes to mature. So since humans are one of the more advanced life forms, yeah, we take forever to get mature. Of course, some of that's the law and culture too. Like in the US, you're not supposed to drink alcohol beverages until you're 21 years old. So, even though you're considered an adult at 18. So, personally, I think they have that backwards. I think they should have the age for drinking lower than the age for driving. So by the time you're trusted with driving a motor vehicle, you've already gotten your alcohol experimentation out of the way. So what we have now, people they've learned to drive, they got their driver's license, they're adults, and then they learn to drink. If they're drinking legally, they wait till they're 21. So then they want to get caught up on lost time. But then, well, if they're not living with their parents anymore, they have to worry about having a friend or somebody as a designated driver. In the US, we're officially against drunk driving. But a lot of mass transit systems, they don't allow you to ride if you're drunk either. So you can't take mass transit, you can't drive. Basically have to take an expensive taxi, or at least now we have Uber and Lyft. That's a little cheaper. Ideally, you want a designated driver, somebody who cares about you.